Come on, get on over here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here, ladies and gentlemen. Get in here. First of all, put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, hold on. Let you guys get in here first. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know why I only brought one of my phones. I need all my phones. Okay. All right, put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Let me get the seatbelt off. I'm not driving. Put a one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. I don't know if you guys can even hear me. Okay, hold on. Now, put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I got a few minutes. I'm waiting for someone. I got a few minutes. Real quickly. First of all, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I was just plugged into a device. I don't know if you guys can really hear me. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Okay. Okay. I know. Come on, let's see here. Type in the comment section. I can hear you. Put in the comment section. I can hear you, so I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me. Come on. We need some group participation here. Need some group participation. I see the thumbs up. Okay, we got. Come on. Put a one in the chat. You can hear me. Okay. Okay. So listen up. I was kind of engaging in the riff that my dear brother Marlon Wayans, who I had an opportunity to interview over the years. I didn't pay 40,000. I didn't pay 20,000. I didn't pay 10,000. I didn't pay 5,000. I didn't pay $1. I paid what it cost me to get to the interview. Um, so for those who don't know, the last couple of days, there have been some beef in these YouTube streets as it relates to DJ Vlad and Marlon Wayans, and it's reached an all-time high because Marlon is literally engaging with dude, which I wouldn't have gave him that much energy, but I'm gonna give him some since we outside and we pushing buttons. So on Twitter, which a lot of you guys probably don't use Twitter, but you should get on Twitter because that's where it goes down at. YouTube is great for long form videos and doing what we do on as content creators, but Twitter is a different animal. Now, DJ Vlad apparently was talking to a comedian, DJ Aries, regarding a response to a request to do an interview. And we know Vlad paid for guests to do interviews. He has to pay to get guests to do interviews. So with that, there was some discussion as to the negotiation that took place. So apparently Marlon Wayne said, "Hey, yeah, I'll do your interview, but it's going to be 40,000." Well, we know Vlad paid anywhere from 5 to 10,000 for an interview. Depending who it is, 5,000 maybe. Depending who it is, not 10,000, 5,000. He doesn't pay that much for interviews. So Marlon Wayne said, "Hey, listen, I want 40,000. I want a percentage of everything made off that interview, 30%." And I'm like, "Okay, you good as you negotiate." Instead of DJ Vlad saying, "Hey, That's out of our budget. We don't pay, we don't pay that for an interview. He starts going on this whole rant about how Marlon Wayans is not relevant. His videos don't get that much. But I want to say that I just seen DJ Vlad drop an interview with the governor of Maryland that I think it's been out over 24 hours. It hadn't peaked 20,000 views. So I'm confused. You try to shame Marlon Wayans, a legend. The Wayans are a legend in our culture, from In Living Colors to White Chicks to a series of other movies that Marlon was a part of, and you have the audacity to be mad at this guy because he told you his price. You went on a whole, I want to shame him and everything. Well, DJ Vlad, you're not going to win with that one. You're not going to win with that one. And I think more people are getting it, and those who are desperate enough to go on your platform that are literally a part of the culture, shame on you. Shame on you. And I don't take none of them serious. Anyone that goes on that platform that is part of the culture, actually part of the culture, and knowing the impact, the negative impact that he has had on the culture, shame on you. Shame on you. But I get it. If the guy waves a carrot in front of you, some of you don't really have integrity, so you're going to go ahead and just do it just because. But at some point, we as a people have to start controlling who we sit in front, controlling the narrative of our content. Now, I get it. It's an interview. Most people don't get royalties off of interviews. But I personally believe Marlon did that because he didn't want to do the interview. It was a polite F you. I don't want to do your interview. And that was just another way of saying it. You know how someone don't want to do something. They'll tell you, hey, I'm not trying to, how can I tell this guy nicely that I'm not even rocking with you? Well, $40,000 for an interview that you know you're not going to get from the guy. And he was probably insulted. He was probably insulted, and good. I'm glad he was insulted. You know why? More people should do that. Um, and I think his run is probably dwindling. His run is dwindling at this point. I'll talk about DJ Vlad. And Marlon, pretty much, you got to go on Marlon Wayne's Twitter page and follow the feed because he's having a ball with it. Um, will it help DJ Vlad? I don't think so. I think people are still upset at DJ Vlad for a series of things. More recently, the attack on the black professor, black female college professor, and him wanting to call reach out to the professor's employer. He didn't know that the professor's tenure was already up. So, but the fact that he went the Karen route instead of just accepting the fact that there was honest banter happening, decent banter happening, he went and tried to attack her place of employment. So I say, pay him the way he paid you. Go for the brand. I know I typically don't say that, but this is getting beyond out of hand. Beyond out of hand. And I retweeted a video where Akon, my brother Akon, shout out to Akon and the entire Daim family. He had to check him when it related to Michael Jackson and him when Vlad tried to insinuate on the interview that Akon was on that there was more to the story about Michael Jackson than there was actually proven. He shut him down. He told him, listen, I'm going to shut you down. I don't want you to complete the sentence because you know how these things go viral. He told him, listen, this is not what we're doing. There was no proof. He defended Michael Jackson. And that was very courageous because, one, it was a platform that I don't think Akon will go on that platform again. I don't see him going back on that platform. I mean, that in itself was uh, indicative of how Vlad sets his guests up. He wanted to imply something that wasn't actually established, and that's what you can glean from that particular clip. And the clip has been tweeted on my retweeted on my Twitter page. So if you want to look at the clip, it's entertaining. Entertaining. Uh, the other thing, DJ Vlad has been flagging channels. Uh, he flagged a very popular channel, Instagram page, and got the page taken down. They don't want me to speak on the page yet because they're doing some stuff behind the scene, but it was a very popular black-owned and operated page by a good friend of mine. She, along with her team, lost a lot of money behind that, and he wanted them to pay $5,000 for him to rescind the strike. But he was doing the similar things on his page with grabbing content from Instagram. And let's be honest, most of the content on Instagram is reshared. They're reshared, repurposed, and very rarely it's original content. And I would say original content in that it's something that's with the exception of a few sites, a few pages, they reshare content, and that's just the nature of the beast. But he flagged the page. Now, I had the opportunity to flag his page on 3 separate instances. I never flagged his page. I never flagged the man's page. Now, will that change? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And actually, I think he changed the structure of his page. I think they're pulling down news stories and just doing video interviews. So it's a video interview page, which is a cool concept because a lot of times people don't have time to read. They don't read these articles that are written. Unless you're old school, you're gonna I say old school. Unless you are more informed, you have to be old school, more informed. Then you'll probably do better research and you'll try to figure out where the story is and see how many people that have actually reported on a particular story. But in this case, he's restructured because he literally was grabbing people's content. You guys know that Google was just sanctioned for grabbing journalist content. One of my lawyers shared it with me the other day. So Google was even sanctioned, financially sanctioned, from grabbing, repurposing other people's content without their consent. Now, it could have went further. It could have went further, but it didn't go further. So I don't know how that thing's going to play out. I'll share that article. I'll probably tweet that article out shortly. I usually carry 2 phones. I don't have my other phone with me. I would have grabbed the link. But my point of this live is for those people that find the need to go on that page, DJ Vlad's page, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. There's also another situation, and she didn't want me to speak on it, and I'm not going to speak on it, but he had an issue with another content creator, and there was another, I'm not going to speak on it in detail, but there was some problems there. No Diddy. I'll just leave it at that. There were some problems there with that chick. No Diddy. But she took the high road and she decided not to speak on it. She may come out at her time and tell a story. That'll be her time when she want to tell a story. I'll leave that right there. That's her situation. But I remember her telling me the story. We were on the movie set, and I'm like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's her time to tell it. Maybe she'll see this and say, hey, Dennis, you give me the encouragement to do it. But, hey, that's her story. Also, you guys saw the video where rapper Juvenile was told he had to get out of his first class seat. That's crazy. He was told he had to get out of his. He was with someone, but he was told he had to get out of his first class seat. Now, I don't know what they didn't tell him to kick him off the plane. They said he had to go and coach. So if he paid for a first class seat, why are you moving this guy to coach? I'm trying to think of a situation where he would be moved from first class to coach. Did someone pay for that uh, first class seat and they didn't show up and he upgraded his seat? Even if that was the case, because sometimes I've upgraded my seat from premium or coach to first class, uh, especially if it's a long flight. So I don't know if they decide the person came on and they sold his first class seat, but I don't know what this. And hopefully he'll tell the full story of what happened to him. But watching that video and they, he was dressed, baseball cap. He was hip hop, and I don't know why they just targeted that guy in the first class seat. Even if even if they sold someone else's seat, then the other person forfeited their seat. So what would be the reason why you would want this guy to get up out of that seat and go to coach? Because I'm not going. I'm getting off the plane. You're not going to play me like that. I'm not getting out of a first class seat and go sit and coach, and knowing I paid for my upgrade. That's not happening. That's not happening. He did the right thing. Get off the plane. You're not going to play me like that. Get off the plane and put him on blast like he did. But I thought that was kind of crazy. Um, so, leave your comment. What do you think? You think that Juvenile did the right thing by getting off the plane uh, versus sitting on the plane and creating a problem for himself? Because they would have probably took it to the next level and try to call security and hit him with some charges from interfering with the oily flow of the airlines. But I think hopefully he'll get some justice down the road. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What do you think about DJ Vlad and his culture vulture behavior? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Leave a comment. We are also streaming YSL on Hip Hop Inquirer, so make sure you go over Hip Hop Inquirer. We're streaming YSL evidentiary hearing and seeing whether or not this judge is going to let more stuff in. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. My people just arrived. See you next live. Peace.